Alright, so let's check this bad boy out, guys. We got the truck unwrapped. Just kind of before we get the body off the truck, we'll just kind of go over from what we see on the outside. Body looks super awesome, super detailed. These aren't stickers. This actually looks like a decal on the outside. Really nice looking decals. Let's kind of go inside the cab. Super scale. Looks like it's got a driver. Looks like it shows, I don't know if we can zoom in with here in the, I don't know if you can see that, but the driver's got some stickers on his helmet. He's got some lap belts, or some shoulder belts. Purple, must be stickers. Truck looks like it has a nice wheelie bar in the back. And then just looking at the underside here, oh, check it out. There's the motor. Super awesome Spectrum motor. But checking this out right here, guys, look at this. Looks like we got some scale stickers. Would be all the sponsors of the truck. Hanging out the bottom of the body here, it looks like we got some headers. And we'll definitely get it plugged in and turned on, but looking at the front of the truck, I see some headlights. And look at those pretty scary looking red eyes. So I'm sure once we get the truck turned on, we'll be able to turn on the lights, and I'm pretty sure those will be glowing red. Pretty awesome. So guys, let's go ahead and flip the truck over and figure out how to take the body off. So here we go. Alright guys, so here we go. So just to let you guys know, there are 3 versions of this truck. You can get the, like we got here, we got the grave digger. Also comes with the son of a digger, and then you can also get this as a roller. So these are the ready to run trucks. Comes with the body, comes with the tires, and all the electronics. So this one is the one I decided to go with. Definitely super scale look. And yeah, let's go ahead and flip it over, see how we get this body off. So looking here on the bottom, I don't see any cotter pins on the top, but if you go underneath, it looks like we got cotter pins on the side. That's pretty sweet. So we got one on the driver's side, one on the passenger side. And if we go to the front of the truck, guys, we're gonna have 2 cotter pins right up front as well. I'm gonna zoom in there for a second. All right, check it out, guys. So these posts on the body, looks like they come through the bottom of the truck, right, pretty much directly connected to the chassis braces. So your cotter pins are gonna go there. And then you got a cotter pin there, and then on the opposite side of the truck. So all in total, we got 4 cotter pins. And while we got her tipped over on its back, guys, let's go ahead and look at the bottom. Check this thing out. Truck comes with full metal links. This is a 4-link setup, guys, as I can see. Plastic underside. I'm not really sure what is going on right here. It looks like there might be some sort of removable part. The axles look to be plastic. But then looking at the connections, it looks like we got metal yokes, which is awesome. So it looks like Losi has definitely stepped it up and added the metal yokes. Not really sure what else I see here on the bottom. Got the roll bar, got the wheelie bar. So there's a good view at the bottom of the truck. Super nice. Looks like it's super quality, as Losi always makes. So let's go ahead and flip the truck back over, and we'll go ahead and dig on the inside. All right, so we got the body off. It's not necessarily off. This is kind of a Losi thing now, I believe. I do know that the like the 5T has the same setup. The big Losi truck's got the posts come down and set in the cross braces between the chassis. And then if you're looking at the rear of the truck, it looks like you actually have to unscrew the center cage, or the exo cage, in order to get it off the body. But for now, this is pretty sweet. You don't have to worry about taking your body off and kicking it around. So that is pretty nice. Awesome job, Losi. So moving on, let's go ahead and we'll just go ahead and start off with what I see first, and that is the electronics, guys. This is coming with an all waterproof setup. We got the waterproof servo, which it looks like it has a partial aluminum case. all Spectrum. So this is the Spectrum S614S. And I am not quite sure what the power ratio is of the servo, but looks like it has a pretty awesome servo adapter on it, servo saver. That way these big honking tires aren't busting your servo up. So that is pretty nice. The next thing I see here is, like I said before, all the electronics are waterproof. Spectrum's come out with these new smart technology speed controls. So like I said, it's waterproof and it's 130 amp. This thing will accept 2S or 3S batteries. Not sure I'd try running this truck on 4S. 3S is probably more than enough. And then it also is coming with a 3-channel SR315 receiver. So that is probably in this waterproof box, I suspect. So that is pretty awesome. I know the truck's going to have plenty of power. Definitely we'll take a look at that when we get it out in the dirt. We're going to go ahead and we're just going to charge up and run this thing right up on 3S right from the start. So yeah. Alright, so the next thing I see, covered the electronics, sort of. Well, let's go ahead and check this out, guys. Truck is equipped with the Spectrum Firma 3150 kV motor. This is going to provide plenty of low-end torque and definitely get you guys out of trouble when you're in mid-flight, headed for a nosedive. Pretty sure this thing is going to rip, so can't wait to get it in the dirt. Moving on, Losi has always made these super awesome shocks. Actually, the guys that race the monster trucks right now, a lot of them use Losi shocks. So pretty awesome to see this monster truck out. Obviously, Losi shocks. Very smooth, super cool, super nice. And then look at this, guys. So this is like the sway bar setup. It's not plastic, it's not metal, looks to be aluminum. I'm not really sure what is going on in there, if there was a bearing in there, but this is, the whole sway bar setup is aluminum. Looks to be like a steel rod. And it also looks like you can adjust the sway bars in and out. So that is pretty awesome. There is some adjustments in the sway bars. And then it looks to me like the actual link for the sway bars is plastic, so if you're gonna break something, you might just break it right there. Definitely, guys, you probably end up breaking the truck. Like all RCs, they're not made to be bulletproof. Definitely not bulletproof, but checking it out, the truck looks bulletproof right from the get-go. I mean, check out the axles. Let's go ahead and flip this body back over, guys. Let's stuff the wire right inside. Let's see how easy it is to snap this thing down. All right, so this is the first time I've had the truck out. Oh, look at that, that's pretty simple. Then you just go ahead and stick your cotter pins right in there. Kind of keep the body locked on. All right, so look at that chassis, guys. It looks to me like it's about a 3-piece chassis plate on each side. Looks like we have a front piece, a center piece, and then a rear piece, which is pretty cool. Just in case you guys end up busting or bending part of the chassis, you can always just unscrew. Looks like it's just 3 screws on here in the back, and then 3 screws on the front as well. Not sure if they sell this as 1 or 2 parts or 6 parts or 3 parts, but we'll find out later on. Alright, so before we move on, I see a couple more details that are pretty awesome. Looks like the truck has, these are not 3D printed, which is what you see all throughout the market. Guys are making 3D printed headers. These actually look like they're molded from plastic, which is pretty awesome. Probably much more sturdy than any 3D print we're gonna find online. So definitely a pretty cool, pretty awesome feature about the truck. And then before we keep going, I actually want to take off this plate and kind of show you what is underneath of the gear cover. So let me grab a 2.0 wrench and we'll go ahead and unscrew the gear cover. Alright guys, so we got the gear cover unbolted. It's just 4 screws. It actually comes off in 2 separate pieces. You got this lower section. Now be careful when you take that cover off because this pin comes right out that is just going right into the bearing that is inside the gear cover. And then it looks like this is some sort of slipper clutch. I'm not going to take this apart, but I just wanted to show you guys what it looks like inside. This must be the tranny gear going to the slipper clutch, and then we have here a 14 tooth pinion. So we're running a 14 tooth pinion stock. Should make the truck move pretty good. So that's what that looks like on the inside. And then it looks like there is a little slot right on top. Looks like there's a slot right on top there, so if you want to go ahead and change the pinion, you don't have to take everything all apart. And actually, in order to change the pinion, all you're going to have to do is just take off the top gear cover. You don't even have to remove the bottom gear cover. So I just did that to go ahead and check everything out. So let's go ahead and put this back on and keep going over the truck. Alright, so there we go. You can see that I got the cover put back on. All it is just 3 screws. You got one longer screw here on the bottom, and then you got 2 short ones on the side. And then here is the cover, guys, I'm talking about. So this is how you're going to get change your pinion if you want to change your pinion. Look, it's got this little cover. It just has 1 screw. Looks like it slides right on top there. Slides in behind. Kind of hard to do with one hand. Let's see if we can get this in here. Alright, so there we go. So you get the picture there. You go ahead and just put that 1 screw back on. Just a quick fix to change your pinion. And then if you want, you just go ahead and rotate your motor down. So moving on, let's take a look at some more of the details of this truck. Truck's got about 120 millimeter shock bodies. Shocks from eye to eye. Super plush, like I was saying before. Can't wait to get the truck in the dirt. And then some of the other details I see is Losi has added this awesome, I guess you're just going to call it a scale fuel cell. So just for looks, definitely pretty cool. Definitely no fuel in there because this is an electric truck. And then also I mentioned before that the body comes with lights. So just looking on the underside, you can see the little light buckets in there. And then you see how the wiring comes down, and there is actually a little plug right here. Check this out. So when the body is down, out of the receiver box you have the plug. So once you turn on your truck, you can just plug in your lights, which we will do here in a little while. But first, let me show you the size battery I got going in this truck and how to get the strap off. So 1 second, we'll be right back. Alright guys, so like I said before, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just run a 3S battery right off the bat. Definitely going to go ahead and change my connectors to an EC5 to match up with the EC5 on the truck. But this is what we're going to be running is a Power Hobby 5400 milliamp 100C. And let me show you how that thing goes right inside the battery tray and fits snug as a glove. You know, this is pretty cool, but over time I think that it could get kind of fragile and break and snap. But we'll go ahead and run this for now. So I think what we'll do is we just kind of pull on it. That's pretty simple. Looks like there's a little tab, but how are you supposed to get your fingers back there, especially when your fingers are cold? So let's go ahead and try this out. Oh, that was pretty simple. So here we go. You just pull on the rubber, lifts right out, and then you look at that. I think I might go ahead and add some foam in there, but this battery fits in there pretty nice. Alright guys, so for those who want to know what size the battery tray is, it's actually 50 millimeters wide and it's 100 and approximately, I'm just going to say 144 millimeters long. So this Power Hobby battery fits right in there. But like I said, I'm going to go ahead and put some foam down there just to kind of keep the battery more snug. But let's go ahead and try to put this battery strap right over where it goes. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and reach up underneath. It's not too bad. Kind of difficult, but not too bad. Alright, so there we go. Now I'm not sure if the battery is going to need any foam, but we're going to keep some foam in there just to keep it from wiggling around. We'll go ahead and put some foam on the side and maybe possibly foam on the bottom. So let's go ahead and charge this thing up, get this plug switched over.